Okay students, we will continue our previous topic. In the previous topic, we have discussed that whenever there is no air resistance, all the object, irrespective of their mass, irrespective of their size, they will fall downward direction with same average speed, and they will hit with the ground with the same at the same time. Now the scenario is different. Now we will discuss a daily life example. Whenever there is an air resistance, then how the object will behave. At the end of this topic, I will give you a link in the description of this topic. Brian Cox, he has performed an experiment in USA in a largest vacuum chamber where he has fallen a big metal ball and a feather at the same time. He has performed that experiment in two scenarios. Number one, in the presence of air, and number two, without air. So you have to observe that what has happened and why that object fall at the same speed when there is no resistance. So that is the evidence of this topic. So do not forget to watch that clip. So now whenever there is an air resistance, the purpose of the air resistance, resist mean to oppose. So this is an opposing force which always acts in the opposite direction of the movement of an object. If the object is going up, it will move in downward direction. If the object is going in this direction, the air resistance will act in this direction. If object is going in downward direction, the air resistance will act in upward direction. The air resistance basically depend on two parameters. Number one, it is a surface area. If an object has larger surface area, then it will experience greater air resistance. If the object is having a smaller surface area, it will experience less air resistance. A daily life example, that if you will take two tissue papers, make a roll of one tissue paper, and then on the other end you can take the tissue paper which you have taken out from the tissue paper box. Now throw that object at the same time. The demonstration I will show you in the next videos as well, when we will cover the topic related with the learn physics by using the experiments. So now air resistance depend on two factors. Number one, surface area, and number two, the speed of an object. The greater will be the speed, the more air resistance it will experience. We will discuss a past paper question which has been asked so many times in the papers. Let's suppose a paratrooper which is sitting in a helicopter, and that is around 10,000 feet from the surface of the earth. Now when he will jump from the helicopter, so there will be two scenarios. Number one, without opening parachute, and number two, after that we will discuss after opening the parachute. So first one is without opening parachute. So when he will jump in downward direction, so you can observe that there is in box A, in column A, there is only one force acting on that object, that is the weight or the gravity. The weight is 500 Newton, so the resultant force is 500 Newton. It means that only one force will act. And always remember, keep one thing in your mind. Whenever there is one force acting on an object, the acceleration will always remain constant, as we have discussed in the previous topic, free fall without air resistance. In that case, only one force was acting, that was the gravity. So acceleration will not change, it will remain constant. So now when paratrooper will move in downward direction, the gravity of the earth will pull it in downward direction. So then with the passage of time, it will gain speed. Now in second diagram, you can observe another force which is acting in the upward direction is the air resistance. The value of air resistance is, let's suppose it's 200 Newton. Now one force is acting 500, other force is acting 200. So what will be the resultant? We will subtract these two forces. Now in case A, the resultant force was 500 Newton. The acceleration was 10 meter per second square. Now the resultant force is in case B is 300 Newton. It means when the force will decrease, then acceleration will also decrease. So air resistance increase with speed and acceleration will start decreasing. The speed of object is not decreasing, but the rate at which the speed is increasing, that will decrease. It means the speed will continue to increase with the passage of time, but the acceleration will start decreasing. In diagram number C, we can see that the air resistance is now 300 Newton. It means that the momentum, the gain, the speed of the object increases, so air resistance will also increase. Now the resultant force will be 200 Newton. So acceleration will further decrease. Moving towards this part of this topic, in part D, we can observe that the air resistance increased from the value was 300 Newton up to 400 Newton. So further decrease in the acceleration due to decrease in the resultant force. Initially the resultant force was 500, then 300, then 200, now it's 100. Now in this case, in E box, the upward force and the downward force are balanced. The weight which was acting in downward direction, air resistance which was acting in the upward direction, they become equal to each other. So they will cancel out each other effect. A resultant force will become 0. So when the forces are balanced, means downward force is equal to the upward force, resultant force will be 0. The acceleration will be also 0. The object should halt, but it will not halt, it will not stop, it will not suspend in the air. What is the reason? Although the resultant force is 0, whenever the resultant force is 0, object will remain at rest. For example, if we will place a book on a table, the resultant force acting on the book is 0, so the book is at rest. But there is another scenario. When the resultant force will be 0, object will move with the constant velocity. The pull of gravity is still present over there. The gravity will not vanish. So the pull of gravity will move the object in downward direction, but now object will not accelerate. It will move with the constant velocity. Now this graph will explain all this scenario without opening the parachute. So first one, we will start from the point O and then we will move towards point A. Point O, or the straight line represented by the region A, which we have discussed earlier. This will show a straight line. Straight line means gradient is same. When there is a same gradient, it means acceleration will remain same. So this region will show that when the paratrooper will jump, only one force will act. That is the gravity. That is the weight of an object. So acceleration will be constant. Again, this is a past paper question. After that, he will ask why the acceleration will decrease with passage of time. The reason you can write down that when the object will gain speed, then the value of the air resistance will increase. When air resistance will increase, then the resultant force will decrease. So when the resultant force will decrease, the acceleration will decrease. So you can see this curve from this point up to this point. There is a decreasing curve. The gradient is decreasing. The shape of the gradient is decreasing. We have covered this shape in the graphical portion. So this will show that the acceleration is decreasing, but you can observe the speed is still increasing, but the rate at which it is increasing is less as compared to the beginning. So after that, I have represented a symbol which is Vt. This is all the scenario before opening the parachute. Now at that point, again we will get this, that at that point the object is moving with the constant velocity. So velocity constant means that acceleration is 0. Acceleration 0 means resultant forces are 0. Resultant forces 0 mean that whatever the forces are acting on an object are balanced. So the definition of the terminal velocity, or the past paper question, that why the object will move with a constant velocity, or what is meant by the terminal velocity. The constant velocity when weight acting in downward direction, air resistance acting in upward direction, when they will equal to each other, they will cancel out each other effect. They will balanced. So resultant force will be 0. When resultant force will be 0, acceleration will be 0, and object will move with the constant velocity. That is called as the terminal velocity. Now we will discuss the same topic, but now the scenario will be different, that when the paratrooper is really very good, what will happen when he will open the parachute. Stay tuned.